Hi, so this is going to be an introduction on how to use Google Docs and Google Drive. I know it can be a little bit confusing, but thankfully once you get the hang of it, the software is really intuitive and I think it's going to make a lot of sense. So, there's two ways to start with Google Docs or Google Drive. So, if you think of it, if you have an understanding of Microsoft Office, Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel in general, it's a very simple translation into Google Docs. So, if you imagine Google Drive as the space where you save all of your docs, all of your um, Excel sheets, all of your PowerPoints, that's the drive in Google. And then, you have Google Docs, which are like your Word documents. So to open a Google Doc, I'm just going to go first to one that my mom sent me, sample doc for training purposes. So if you get it in your email, this means it was shared to you by the person who first made it. And later on, we're going to go over how you share those things. But first, okay, so you open it, and you can either click Open in Docs, or you can click this down here. But we're going to click Open in Docs. So here we have the Declaration of Independence. So let's just go over what we're looking at here. I've got this open twice. Okay, so it should look really familiar. It looks a lot like in Microsoft Word. Here's your title. Anybody can edit that. If you're given edit access by the person who created this doc, you can change it to be whatever you want. You can change it to Declaration of Independence if you wanna rename it. And then you can see that the last edit was made 11 days ago by Donna Aarons. And all of the changes you make are being automatically saved to the drive. It's being automatically updated, so there's no need, like in Word, to press file save. It's all getting saved. So then here's all the text that was originally written, but all of this, let's just go over what we have here first. This should all look really familiar. Undo, redo, print. There's more than one way to do almost all of these things, but it all should make a lot of sense. You got font size. And then if you ever want to do, you need more things, you've got tools are really handy. You can do grammar. There's a really great grammar check. It's not as good of a grammar check as Microsoft has, but it does the job. They've got word count. And then also their dictionary is pretty limited. So if you think it's a word, it probably is. But again, all of this should look really familiar if you're familiar with Microsoft. So then if you go to the actual content, so one thing that's interesting, Google Docs automatically puts all of their documents in Arial font and usually in size 11, as it is down here as the default. I personally don't like that, so when I first open a doc, I always change it to Times New Roman 12, because that's the standard, as you know. It functions the same as any other doc. Here we have, but the great thing about Google Docs is that it is collaborative. So my mom, Donna Aarons, shared this with me, and she made these comments. So how you make a comment, you highlight something that you want to comment on. So she highlighted men. I'm going to highlight the title. And you hit this button right here. It says add a comment. Or you can also insert comments, but this is a simpler way. Go here, and you hit add a comment, and then you can write whatever you want, and you can comment it. Then you can resolve a comment if it's no longer a problem. You can also click on a comment and reply to it. And then everybody who has access to the doc will be able to see the comments and the replies and can also reply to them. So that's really very handy. And then if you want to, you can always resolve whatever comments, but we shouldn't resolve this one. Very valid. So yeah, we've got a lot of simple stuff there. If you want to share a document, so my mom shared this document with me, you hit share. Then you're going to type in an email address, and then here, so you can pick if you want them to be able to edit, to comment, or to view. Bear in mind, if you say they can view, then none of these options up here are going to be visible to them. They're only going to be able to look at the document. Comment, they're only going to be able to obviously do this. And edit is probably what you're going to want to use. So this is at the bottom, who has access. And if you don't want to type in email addresses, you can click Get Shareable Link. Then you can copy this link, and then you can email it to whoever you like, and then you can say everyone with the link can view, or you can say everyone with the link can edit, or everyone with the link can comment. So it's very intuitive. But then, so we have this, it's very self-explanatory, but if you don't want to comment, you want to do other things, you can put yourself in editing mode, or you can change editing to suggesting. So instead of actually changing a document, you're going to be making suggestions that the original author of the document can view and reject or accept. So if I wanted to say, if I wanted to change the date to July 5th, it's going to look like that. It's going to be a little, I'm crossed out the 4 and a 5 has shown in its place. And then if anyone else wants to accept or reject the suggestion, then if you accept it, it's actually going to change fully. But then if you reject it, it's going to stay as it was. But I am going to change it to 4 because we want it to be correct. So that's suggesting. And then you can also put it in viewing. And here you have, obviously, this person can't change anything. I'm going to take it back to editing. So that should all make a lot of sense, I hope. In almost every way, it's very similar to Microsoft applications. Now, let's go to your Drive, because your Drive is where you're going to have a lot of everything you do in Google is going to be saved there. So here are all of the accounts you have. So hopefully you have a Gmail account. That's the only way you're going to be able to use these applications at all. So you can pick what account you're going to access, and once you save something to your Drive, it only saves to the account you're signed in under. So if I were to go to my Drive right now, it would be only everything I saved while I was logged into ruthwyckoff@gmail.com. It's not like with Microsoft where it's on your computer. No, it's attached to your email address. So I'm actually going to open up a new tab to do this because this is the Drive I have things in. So I'm going to go to Google Drive. I hope you all saw that. So if you hit these 9 little squares here, this is how you can open up a lot of the different features of your Gmail account. So your account information, your profile, then you've got your Gmail, your Drive, Docs, Sheets, Slides. So these are like everything that you save from Docs, Sheets, or Slides. This would be the equivalent of Excel and this of PowerPoint, gets saved to your Drive. And then you've got other options too. But these are the ones you should really be focused on right here. Okay, so this is my Drive. These are the different things I have access to. So I also have access to the Declaration of Independence that we were just looking at. And I can open up any docs from here, and everything that I work on gets automatically saved back in to my Drive, into this area. So I've got folders, I've got images, I've got all sorts of crazy things. But if I can also share full folders with someone. So here's, if I wanted to share sophomore second semester, like I can do that too. I can share subfolders. I can do it. It's the same process for sharing documents, and it's the same rules apply. So you just right click and you hit share or get shareable link, and it's the same as how we were just doing it. You type in the email address or you send this via email to someone. If you want to save something to your computer, you can download it and then it will be saved just like a Word document. I think that's about it. If you want to start a new Google, you hit new. You can pick folder if you want to create a new folder. You can do Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, and then from there you know what to do. You can share, you can edit, you can suggest. So yeah, I hope that makes sense, and good luck to everybody.